You know that saying, not your keys, not your coin? It's becoming even more important. We'll discuss USDC's rise to supremacy, and we'll discuss a few dates that are currently in process that may determine whether or not your coins go up or down. We'll discuss all of that today, right here on Pour Over Finance. What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode where we discuss cryptocurrency and finance right here on Pour Over Finance. Now, before we jump right into the news today, I want to ask you guys to just do us a favor. Please, if you enjoy the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more of this content that we're providing, please go ahead and subscribe. And if you want to know when we're uploading, that's what the notification bell is for. So just hit the notification bell and you'll be notified when we're uploading more content. Now, I just want to get into some of the items that are happening in the world of finance and cryptocurrencies today because, you know, it's always a very interesting thing that's taking place here. So let's just jump right in. This is what's happening, and this is something that's very important. It's not something so much about the world of crypto that I want to speak on too much, as I want to more drill into your heads how much you need to invest in one of these. You need to invest in a cryptocurrency wallet. It doesn't necessarily have to be a ledger. There are tons of different brands out there. There are even hot wallets that you can keep on your phone, on your computer, on your tablet. I personally would recommend getting a cold wallet simply because it is best to just take your keys offline. But the reason why I'm even discussing that today is just because of the fact that this continues to happen. What we're looking at here, it says CoinLoan is the latest to limit user withdrawals. So CoinLoan, which is another crypto lending company, will limit withdrawals to $5,000 per 24-hour period to stave off a run on its funds. So if you don't already know, we have multiple companies inside of the crypto world that have just been falling apart. We've got BlockFi, who is now in process of potentially being acquired by FTX. We have Vault, which is a company I've never heard of, but these guys are freezing and limiting the transactions and withdrawals. You know what's happening with Celsius. And you just keep hearing more and more and more bad news, and you just keep hearing about people that are affected. Now, I'm not saying that the crypto world is bad at all. I am heavily invested into cryptocurrencies, and I believe in the cryptocurrencies. I believe in the blockchains that I'm invested in, and I truly believe that we will see cryptocurrency become the reigning means of investment and wealth creation, and also the utility it's going to bring. I think we're going to see quite a bit of development on the way. However, because it's still in its infancy, there is a lot of, I guess, growing pains associated with it. And because of those growing pains, I don't want to see people lose all of their hard-earned money to these cryptocurrencies that are, well, not even the currencies, but to these crypto lending companies and these different exchanges that are just doing the wrong things with your money. We keep hearing of insolvency. Check this out right here. What is behind the rumors of KuCoin's insolvency? Now, if you don't know, there's been a rumor going around that KuCoin does not have the liquidity to cover a lot of the money that people have sitting on its exchange. And they're actually saying, hey, you know what? If this continues, we are going to start looking into legal action for people fudding our exchange. I don't know where these rumors are coming from, but there's got to be a reason why someone is saying, hey, get your money off of KuCoin. So I'm just here to say, whether it be Coinbase, whether it be KuCoin, whether it be FTX, Binance, these crypto lending companies, any of them, consider getting yourself a crypto wallet and getting your coins off of these exchanges and all of these different places. Because if any of these guys were to go, just if they were to crash, they were to burn, they were to go bankrupt, you'd lose everything. Unlike a bank that is FDIC insured up to $250,000 per account, nothing like this exists in the crypto world. There was even rumors just recently of Coinbase. There was some sort of interview with Brian Armstrong, I believe his name is, which is the CEO of Coinbase. And rumors started spinning around that, hey, Coinbase is going to go bankrupt and you're going to lose all of your money. Since then, I've pulled every dime I have off of Coinbase. I used to keep some money on there, but I removed it immediately. I already had my wallet well before that news, but I was dragging my feet. And then as I saw the bear market just continue to destroy company after company after company, I said, why did you invest in this thing and you're not putting it to use? So since then, I've been removing my funds off of exchanges, and I implore you to do some research, find a crypto wallet that's going to work for you, and start moving your funds. Anyway, we'll move right on from that into something that I thought was really interesting to hear. And again, this is a result of all of the different changes and pains we're seeing in cryptocurrency at this current time. Circle, which is the company that is responsible for USDC, I believe so USDC is not just Circle. I believe Coinbase was also responsible for the creation of USDC. But in either case, what I'm here to discuss is the fact that they are becoming the reigning supreme stable coin. People trust stable coins. Personally, I don't have any of my money in stable coin. If I were to ever see some real gains, and I don't want to deal with the volatility that's associated with cryptocurrencies, I'd probably have some stable coins, but I'd keep it on my wallet. But as of right now, I don't have any stable coins. But let's go on to just explore what the article says here. It says, notably, USDC's market cap has grown 8.27% since May, reaching its highest level of $55.9 billion on June 2nd. This is in contrast to USDT, which has suffered over a 19% drop in its market valuation, currently treading around $66.14 billion. So what's basically happening is people are losing trust because there is a lot of rumors associated with the Tether stablecoin. And as you know, and it mentions it in this article, as you know, what already happened with the algorithmic stablecoin from the Terra Luna Foundation. So people they're not as trusting in stable coins as they were previously. And as a result of the lack of trust, people are, I guess, looking for alternative means of storing their money. And USDC seems to be one of those places that's a lot more stable. Don't get me wrong. There's been some rumors about them not having the liquidity to actually support the amount of current money that people have stored in their stable coin. But they actually came with the receipts. And they were able to kind of prove that, hey, yes, we do have this. But me personally, if I were to have stable coin, it probably would be USDC. Not financial advice, but I'm just saying I would probably store it in USDC only because I kind of have some trust in Coinbase. I know that sounds to be, it doesn't sound correct based on the fact that I said, hey, take your money off of Coinbase. But I'm just saying, if I were to have my money in a stable coin, of all the stable coins that exist, USDC would probably be the one that I would have my money stored in. But again, I don't have any stable coins. And again, if I had big gains, maybe I'd have stable coins, but there's a good chance I would just cash out my gains as the market grew. I would just take at all new all-time highs. I would just take a little bit off the top, just the same way as I invest. As the market cap is going down, I just invest a little bit more and a little bit more. I would just take a little bit more and a little bit more as it grew, and then just cashed it out for fiat, put it in a bank account, moved it around as I saw fit. That's how I would do it. But again, this is not me advising anyone of how to control their own investments. I'm just discussing how I would go ahead moving my money around in the event that I was to see gains or even put my money into a stable coin. But yeah, keep your eyes out. USDC is gaining supremacy in this market. Moving right along to our next article. This is one that I really wanted to discuss because I'm hugely interested in seeing where this goes. So what this article is discussing, and this is from Cointelegraph, I'll go ahead and link these articles in the description below so that you guys who want to read more and just envelop yourself into this information a bit more, you can go ahead and read these articles and get a better understanding of what we're discussing here. But basically what this is, it's basically telling you to look out for a couple of days in the month of July that is really going to be determining factors as to whether or not we see our currencies grow or fall. Because again, as I was discussing in my last video, every time there is some sort of bad news, whether it be socio-political, whether it be financial, whether it be economic, it does not matter. When there's bad news, you see the markets fall. When there's good news, you see the markets go up. So this is something that you should really pay attention to, because based on the kind of news that we get on these particular macro dates, you'll probably see some increases or some losses. And, maybe you should be ready, whether it means that you're going to have to invest a little bit more because the market takes a bit of a tumble and, you're buying that fear, or maybe it might be a point to take some of your gains depending on how many gains take place. But the dates are on July 13th, we're going to be getting the CPI information. This is when we're going to find out how much or how little inflation has taken place in the United States during the previous month. So that would be June's CPI data. The last data that we received, which was in June for May, we found out that inflation rose an additional 8.6%. And of course, as a result of that, we did see the crypto markets take a tumble on that day. So if we get good news, chances are you might see some growth. If we get bad news, you might see some losses. So keep your eye on July 13th, I believe it's at 8:30 a.m. We're going to be getting the news about the most recent CPI data. Moving on from that, on July 26th through the 27th, a decision will be made as to whether to hike the interest rates further. As you know, the last time we got, I believe it was 0.75% of an increase. Again, depending on the CPI data that we get on the 13th, this is going to determine if we're going to see increases in interest rates or if we're going to see potential lower increases. So at the minimum, we may see 0.5% of an increase. But depending on how bad the news is, who knows? They might go with a full percent. We have no idea. In the UK, I believe they just recently had an interest rate increase, and it was an entire, I believe, 1.25%. So we have no idea what's going to happen in the United States. We'll just have to wait and see. Article goes on to say, while on July 28th, the United States second quarter gross domestic product estimates will tell us whether or not we've pretty much entered a recession. And what that is basically, and from my understanding, the way that it works, we have to have two back-to-back quarters of economic downturn in order for the government to declare that we are in a recession or have been already in a recession. And you know what's going to happen if we're in a recession. There's going to be a lot of fear. People are going to start holding on to their money. There's going to be a lot less spending. There's going to be a lot less investing. And there's a good chance that people will remove their money from cryptocurrency. People will take their losses because the way that the mind works is, I've already lost a lot of money. I don't want to continue to bleed money, so I'm going to take my money out of the market. I'm not going to do that. If I have additional money, at that point, I'm investing more money, or I'm just going to continue to ride the wave down. But I'm not selling at a loss. We'll see what happens 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, if you can stomach the bleeding. But I'm not taking any money out. I'm just going to watch the fear happen, and I'm either going to invest in the fear, or I'm just going to ride it down until I have more money to invest, and I'm going to continue to invest. But keep those dates in mind. The 13th of July, the 26th through the 27th of July, and then again on the 28th of July. Those are going to be big dates. When this is happening, I will be sure to make videos. I will let you know what's happening, and I'll try my best to keep you up to date as to where our economy is headed and what it's doing to the markets, just so that you can continue to be educated on the matter. And then last but not least, I wanted to just discuss the Ethereum gas fees hitting a 20-month low amid market downturn. Now, if you are an investor in anything Ethereum, you know how much pain there is associated with gas fees. I remember it had to be maybe in December or even November of 2021, I was investing in some ERC tokens, which is the Ethereum blockchain. And there were times I was paying upwards of close to $60 for a $1,000 transaction. I know that sounds low compared to some of the prices that we've seen, but $55 for a $1,000 transaction that's highway robbery, man. So the fact that we're now seeing these lows is simply because of the fact that Ethereum has now tested approximately the $1,000 line. And we're now seeing that the average transaction fee on Ethereum's mainnet is currently just over $2. It's lowest since November of 2020. And this is something that I can definitely attest to because I've just made some recent transactions over this past weekend. And I think I saw as low as maybe $2 to $4. Beautiful. So the reason why I'm even discussing this is that if there's been a coin that you've been wanting to invest in, if there have been transaction you've been wanting to complete, whether it be moving money from an exchange onto your wallet, because there are fees associated with that, anything that you've been thinking about doing and you've been kind of waiting for those gas fees to drop, now is the time to do it. You're probably not going to see gas fees as low as this for quite some time unless Ethereum continues to tumble and there continues to be even less and less transactions taking place on the Ethereum blockchain. So that's just something to keep in mind because, again, these gas fees takes away from your gains, man. So if you can get some low gas fees, why not partake in some low gas fees, right? All right. Well, that's it for us today right here on Pour Over Finance. I appreciate you guys that have stuck with us to this point in the video. And again, I want to say if you have not subscribed already, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that we can continue to feed more information to you. If you like the video, please drop a like. And again, if you want to keep up with us and you want to know when we're uploading new content, go ahead and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified of when we're uploading content. Also, we've been posting on Twitter, we've been posting on TikTok, so keep an eye out for our other social media channels. Those will have links in the description below. I appreciate all of you guys, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm Aaron. This is Pour Over Finance. Peace.